Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to look at two different UMPCs, and I'm going to do the unboxing for both of them. First one is the GPD Pocket 2, and this UMPC is quite similar to the GPD Pocket 1, except it has the upgraded keyboard and processor, of course. So this is what you get. It's a 7-inch UMPC. And yeah, this is Pocket PC looks like from the back of the device, and then open it up, and the keyboard layout is very different from the first GPD Pocket. The first GPD Pocket had quite a cramped keyboard, I would say, and the semicolon keys and the comma keys, these were like shortened basically, and the spacebar was actually bigger on the Pocket 1. That's because it was like kind of split, and it had a track point nub basically in the middle here, so kind of similar to a ThinkPad. Had a track point nub in the middle, and it had more keys, I think, than this, but it was more cramped. This keyboard looks like it's more usable because the keys are more even. You can see they're mostly the same size. Whereas on the Pocket 1, the keys, you know, some of them were really squished. Yeah, like the semicolon and I think the Alt keys or whatever, they were really squished at the bottom there. So for the second generation GPD Pocket, they made a better keyboard that's probably easier to type on. I think this is definitely easier. Keys are bigger and more uniform, and instead of the track point nub in the middle, they have this optical sensor right here, which is very similar to what I have on my Sharp Netwalker, and it's also clickable as well, so I wonder if that doubles as a left click. Interesting. Okay, so anyways, the left and right click are actually right here, so I wonder if this doubles as a middle click or just another left click. I'm not sure yet. And then this is to turn the fan on and off. This is a volume mute. Volume down, volume up, brightness settings right here. Yeah, fairly simple, and I like this design. I think this design is definitely better than the GPD Pocket 1, and the One Mix Yoga 1 as well, since that has a very similar layout to the Pocket 1. Although some keys have changed here. So the spacebar, like I said, was smaller. Is smaller on this version. The enter button also seems quite small as well. But overall, you'll have a better experience typing on this keyboard than the Pocket 1. So I like the fact that the keys are more uniform. It even has like a dedicated, this is like a Chinese button or something like that. I'm not quite sure. Is this to switch languages or something like that? It seems like it's to switch to Chinese or some language or something like that. So this is an extra key. I think maybe, hope I can remap this to something else, but yeah, I think maybe this might be a language switcher. And then you have different function keys here. You can use FN. You can get the whole numpad layout right here. F1 to F12. Insert, print screen. Looks like a yen symbol. It's quite an odd one. Yeah, this doesn't have every single symbol on a normal keyboard, but that's expected given the size of this computer. Anyways. This is a Core M3 processor, which is a significant upgrade over the Atom processor that was on the Pocket 1. The Atom processor is not a very good processor. You know, most of the netbooks back in the day in UMPCs used Atom processors, which are really crappy. But finally we get Core M3 processors. Still has a fan though, it's not fanless, still has a fan, looks like on here. But you should be getting better performance for sure. And this version, so yeah, basic spec rundown on this. Like I said, it runs a Core M3 processor, which is low wattage, so that definitely should help the battery life of this device. The screen is a 16:10 aspect ratio, 1920 by 1200, I believe, and 8 gigs of RAM, 120 gigabyte SSD. And yeah, it should be pretty good specs for a portable laptop like this. I'm really glad that the UMPCs are coming back and netbooks are coming back with more power the same kind of small form factor, because honestly, you know, like that's one of the best things about UMPCs and netbooks is the fact that they're so portable. And the downside was that they were really weak, right, in processing power, but I'm glad that they're making modern UMPC type devices again. And go over the ports here. This has what looks like 2 USB 3 ports here. Oh, yeah, so you got one on this side, then you got one on this side, headphone jack, micro SD card slot. No full size, but then again, most of the time you're going to use micro SD these days for your modern devices anyways. And an additional Type-C port right here. This is for charging. I don't think it's Thunderbolt 3 though. Yeah, maybe it's just for display output and charging, that's it. But yeah, 5 ports, not too bad. That's more than your MacBook Pro, actually, your standard MacBook Pro. 5 ports. Alright then, what else do you get in the box? Just a manual and your standard USB-C charger, which is to be expected. Alright, and that's pretty much it. Overall, yeah, the GPD Pocket 2, pretty nice device, and I believe this is the most powerful PC you can get in this size right now. So let me compare. This is my GPD Micro, which is even smaller. You compare the size, very similar in the length aspect, but the width is, this one is, the Pocket 2 is a bit longer, of course, but the GPD mini PC, this micro PC here, has a compromised keyboard layout in order to make up for that super small size here. Yeah, so the micro PC is definitely going to be the smallest, and then the Pocket 2 after that. I believe the Pocket 2 is still a bit more powerful, yeah, than the micro PC. But the micro PC has more ports, including a serial port. Alright.